What's good, everybody? The voice of the WGC back in the building. Yeah, I got the intro for y'all that time. My bad, my bad, my bad. I mean, come on now. I was lit. How could you not be hyped? How could you not be hyped? How long have we been waiting for an AEW fight for release date? How could you not be hyped? Come on now. But we finna have a talk. Who knows how long this talk is gonna be? So I advise you, yes, you watching this video, I advise you to grab some snacks, grab some drinks, and spark one up if you have to, because this is about to be a good conversation right here. A good long conversation, potentially. So let's go ahead and have this talk. But before we get into the video games, like talk about AEW Fight Forever, talk about WWE 2K, talk about, let's go ahead and talk about just life in general. Man, where do I start? So you've seen the trash talk videos, and I know you might have, some curiosity might be looming. You might be thinking, man, is Vic pressed? Yo, is Vic mad at them? Yo, you good? Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool. I've been hearing these kind of things, these verbal threats since back in the day on 360. This level of toxicity really is not anything compared to what I had to deal with back in the day on the Xbox 360. And for those of y'all who were there, yes, I'm going back into the time machine again. You know how we do over here at Unsanctioned TV. Let's go and hop into the time machine. Let's go ahead and hop into the DeLorean, and let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Who remembers Modern Warfare 2? Not this new trash ass shit that just came out. Not this new trash ass shit. Modern Warfare 2. I'm talking about the original Modern Warfare 2 with the no Russian mission. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? Who remembers that? Who remembers Black Ops 2? Those two games, you want to talk about toxicity? Those two games were toxicity. That was peak toxicity right there. If you survive that level of toxicity, you can survive anything. And those of y'all who were there, you understand where I'm coming from. Those of you who were not there, hey, consider yourself lucky. But this is why I say, you gotta have thick skin once you get on online. I mean, it tells you what you're about to go through when you hop online. Like, come on now, bro. You know what you're getting yourself into. But there's a lot of individuals, like, this is just the type of world that we live in. There's a lot of jealous, envious motherfuckers in this world. It's a cold world. It is. It's not meant to be easy, and it's not going to get any easier for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not going to. I mean, if you go back, I don't know if y'all were just laughing, like, ha ha, he he. Like, did you actually hear some of the stuff that they said to me? They asked me if my boy was online, and I told them, nah, he had shit to do. But if you listen closely, this is what he said. He said, oh, he ain't got shit to do. He probably just gonna get smoked anyways. And I'm not talking about the 2K smokes. I'm talking about, see, a lot of y'all don't know about my lingo. You're like, you don't know about it. You don't know about the lingo. You don't know some of the things that I be saying. I'm not talking about getting smoked in a game. I'm not talking about that. When I say smoked, I'm talking about get shot. I'm talking about getting shot, like as in a bullet. He actually said he's going to get shot, get smoked on the street. He actually said that. Go back and look at it. He said that my boy was going to get shot. He ain't got shit to do. It's like, damn. That's just the type of world we live in. This how you know you got under somebody's skin. When somebody mentioned shooting you, when somebody mentioned doing physical harm to one of your family members, this is how you know you got into somebody online. When somebody stoops down to these two levels, that's how you know you got somebody. Shout out to my boy Real Cameron. See, I'll get into that later, but see, this that's what I'm talking about, bruh. That's just that's just the way the world is. It is not meant to be easy. It is not going to get easy. Never has, never will be. It's these type of individuals, like you gotta know how to battle through adversity. You gotta always keep your head held high at all times. Don't worry, bro. I'm not losing sleep over these motherfuckers. I'm not sitting here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my god, he said, bro. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. I'm perfectly fine. You see me. You see me in there, holding my ground, even without my boy. Vic is always holding this shit down, even without my boy. I'm always standing my ground. I'm always holding this shit down, always. And y'all should too. But if you can't, don't worry. I got something for y'all. We will be releasing the Unsanctioned TV official shit talking guide. It's 5 courses, $1 a piece. All right. The Unsanctioned TV official shit talking guide will be available on June 29th, the same day as Fight Forever. The link will be in the description. Fuck out of here, man. You better man the fuck up. You better woman the fuck up and know how to talk some shit. Or just simple. Hey, just move it along. But I like the competitive nature. It's in me. It's in my fucking DNA. I love the competitive nature. I love to battle it out. You see multiple videos of people trying to shit talk, and who gets the last laugh? Unsanctioned TV. Vic. I get the last motherfucking laugh. It's just how it goes. And this is how you think this is just on 2K. No, no, no. This is exactly how it's going to be on Fight Forever. You got to realize some people just got that type of mindset. You got to realize it's just how some motherfuckers are. It's just how some motherfuckers are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how successful you become. It does not matter. There's always going to be somebody, some individual on this earth that has some ill will towards you. All right? It does not matter who you are. Don't think just because you get a few extra dollars in your pocket, just because you're financially stable. Bro, that does not mean that people are going to hate you any less. You're going to get hated regardless. You may be walking out in public. Some people giving you the side eye of death. Some people might message you some hateful things. The rumor mill is always turning. Let's go back. Individuals accusing us of making fake videos and saying that we're on Tony Khan's payroll. Motherfucker, do you have any concrete evidence of us being on Tony Khan's payroll? The rumor mill is always turning. This is just the thing about life. You gotta really stand your ground and hold your head up high and battle through this adversity. There's individuals out here that will work together to try to tear you down. There were individuals literally on the sidelines monitoring your every single move, praying on your downfall, just waiting for that fucking collapse, just waiting patiently for that collapse. There's individuals. Let's say something good happens in your life, whether it's minor or whether it's major. Let's just say something good happens in your life. There's individuals. There's get a little bit of maybe a little bit of congratulations, but deep down, they wish they could have that shit. There's individuals that see what you post, but they don't see what's happening behind closed doors. They think that you live in a good life. They think that your life is just all smiles and sunshine. They think that nothing could possibly go wrong in your life. They think that it's like a fucking Disney fairy tale, that you're just living a life. You're just living in paradise. You gotta really sit the fuck down and just evaluate, just analyze this world sometimes and realize it doesn't matter what your position is in life. You will have haters. And you know what they say? If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. But I gotta let that shit out. You are going to be hated regardless. So it's best to just embrace that shit and keep on going. And this may be a little bit sad, but I gotta dive into this shit too. Cause I'm seeing a little bit of an increase in this thing, in this particular thing. I hate to talk about this shit. Like, I hate to talk about this shit. I really do. But you know what I'm about to talk about? I'm talking about individuals, conflicting self-harm on themselves. And potentially some individuals getting themselves out of here, if you know what I mean. Exiting themselves out. Exiting this earth, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I mean. And you know what? Fuck it. We're not even monetized, so who cares? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's uncensored. It's unsanctioned. Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know what I'm talking about? Suicide. This shit. Like, damn. This shit really fucking sucks. It really does. You guys think that we have these personal grudges with individuals at 2K, but it's never that fucking deep. It never is. We may not agree with their business practices. We may not like the business moves that they make, but trust me, outside of 2K, they're all human beings to us. They're all human beings to us outside of 2K, all right? We don't got no ill will towards these individuals. I'm not sitting here wishing that they would drop dead. It's never that. It's never that deep, ever. We're not like that. Like I said, me personally, I'm a free spirit. I consider myself, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know if y'all feel like this, but an older man living in a younger man's body. Because I don't think like a lot of individuals my age. I don't. There's a lot of conceited motherfuckers out here that swear that they on top of the world and swear that they better than everybody. I'm not like that, bro. I like competition. I may say that I'm better than you at the game, but bro, I'm not over here trying to show off. I'm not over here trying to do anything. I don't do that shit, bro. And I'm hardly even, I mean, you may see me on time to time on social media, but I don't just mindless scroll for fucking 8 to 10 hours a day. I don't do that shit. All right? I don't. And and one reason why, because there's a lot of fucked up things on social media. There really is. There's a lot of fucked up shit on social media. And one thing is like I was talking about. Fucking suicide. It's one of the things. So, Unsatiate TV Army, please, if there's anything you want to talk about, I'm not talking about strictly video games, okay? I'm not talking about strictly video games. I'm talking about just anything in life in general. If you want to talk about anything, feel free to message me. I told you my gamer tag is Vic7Eagle7. You know what my gamer pick looks like. Hey, feel free. And if you want to play other games, because for those of you who actually know me, you know one profile is dedicated to wrestling games and the other is dedicated to all the other games. But I mainly have the Vic gamer tags because people from the wrestling, from the WGC, they know me as Vic, okay? That is the first gamer tag I've had since I started playing wrestling games. That's my gamer tag, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. That's my wrestling gamer tag. You can call it a fucking alter ego, whatever you want to say, a gimmick, whatever. But that's just what they know me as, Vic7Ego7. So if you want to play wrestling games, you can add me on there. Or if you want to get my other gamer tag, I'll give you that too. But like I was saying, if there's anything you want to talk about, feel free to message me. Feel free to message me, cause I don't want to hear like hearing it about other individuals. That's already fucked up as is. But I would really hate for one of our subscribers to potentially do that to themselves. So although we may not be that up there, we may not be that popular, we may not be the biggest fan favorite in the WGC. I'm just getting this out there right now for our potential viewers. If anybody you want to talk about something, feel free to message me. All right, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Anybody out there going through some shit? Cody Rhodes. So what do you want to talk about? Anyways, but like I was saying, any of y'all going through some shit, feel free to talk. What are you trying to talk about? I'm telling you right now, just stay prayed up and keep on doing your thing. This shit gets better in due time. This shit gets better in due time. There's no timetable on when it will occur, but trust me, it gets better in due time. I'm not even. I'm gonna just keep it real. I mean, like I said, I don't like really getting too personal on YouTube, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not even supposed to fucking be here right now. I'm not even supposed to be here right now, bro. I'm not. But here I am. Here I am. I'm not even supposed to have a pulse, but here I am. This shit gets better, trust me. But whether you're going through a relationship, whether shit's getting rough in school, shit's getting rough in the household with a family member, your job, whatever it is, whatever it could possibly be. If you got some shit that you want to talk about, feel free to message. Because I would rather, I mean, I might be busy at the time. Who knows? I might be busy at the time, but eventually I will get to you. Because I would rather sit here and hopefully, potentially, be able to talk you out of that than to see one of my beloved subscribers, one of our beloved subscribers, take themselves out. That shit would be fucking heartbreaking. Like I said, a lot of motherfuckers on these social media platforms, they live in a fucking double life. A lot of individuals are. And it's not just in the WGC, it's influencers in general. A lot of people are fake as fuck. They act one way when when the cameras are on and the spotlight is on them, and then when the cameras are off, they have a whole different attitude. It's fuck everybody. I'm not like that. I never have been like that. If you cool with me, I'm cool with you. Simple as that. I'm not about to sit here and just automatically have a fucking grudge with you for no apparent reason. You have to do something really, 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 I'm talking really, really, really fucked up for me to really hate you. You have to do something really fucked up. If you think that I'm holding a grudge with these 2K motherfuckers, trust me, I'm not. Like I said, I don't like the business moves that they're making. I don't like the business practices. I don't like their business practices. But outside of the 2K realm, trust me, it's all love. They're doing good for themselves. They're making themselves some money. They're putting food on the table for their family. That's what's up. Starting from nothing and getting a bag. Hey, They doing their thing. Kudos to them. But like I said, it's the business side of things. It's the way they maneuver. It's their lack of input, you know? That's what we don't like. But like I said, a lot of individuals, a lot of people are fake as fuck. A lot of them. And it'll be motherfuckers that you admire too. Motherfuckers that you looked up to your whole life. Motherfuckers that you idolize. That's why I say don't get too carried away. And really find your folks. Find your tribe. For real, for real. Find out if they really about it. Go ask go ask individuals around. Those of y'all who really have had a conversation with me. Go ahead. Ask these individuals if I was an asshole to them. Ask these individuals if I said fuck off. Ask these individuals if I told them to why are you messaging me? Ask them why are you messaging me? Ask them if I ever turned them down and said I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. Ask them if I ever said that. Ask them if I ever said that. Please. Ask them if I've ever said that to them. Please, feel free. Ask them that. You just saw a message. You just saw a message pop up earlier from my boy Cam. We having a cordial conversation about Def Jam. Who remembers the Def Jam series? Def Jam Vendetta. Def Jam Fight for New York. Fucking classic shit. We having a cordial conversation about Def Jam. That's what I'm talking about. We sit here and we interact with the fans, the subs. A lot of motherfuckers, they get to high places. They get to high ground. They live in life. They doing their thing. And they forget where the fuck they came from. They forget who the fuck pushed them to that level. A lot of people get all clouded up in materialistic things, but they don't remember the beginnings. I'm telling you. And you can come back to this same fucking video a year later. The unsanctioned TV that you see now is the same unsanctioned TV you're going to see forever. All right? You could say that this channel changed. You could say that this motherfucker has changed. You could say that the money has got it to this motherfucker's head. But I'm trying to tell you, this is a different fucking breed that you're working with, my boy. I see y'all. Trust me, we see y'all. We see y'all. People in the chat saying, oh, I appreciate this. Oh, you a lifesaver. Oh, I love you on Station TV. We see that shit. We see that shit. And we love it. When we first even came up with this fucking idea, we said that we were gonna shake some shit. We were gonna change some things around. And now we're finally putting this shit in motion. We're bringing this shit to life. And trust me, like we said, you have not seen shit yet. You have not seen shit yet. Because a lot of you who are subscribed to the new channel and weren't subscribed to the old channel, you don't even know that we used to do hella giveaways. Some of y'all, you remember it, but we used to do giveaways too. There's a lot of shit you haven't seen. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of motherfuckers are two-faced as fuck. A lot of motherfuckers, they are very conceited. A lot of motherfuckers, their mind is all clouded. Their mind is all fucked up. They're just always focused on one-upping somebody instead of going out of their way to help somebody. You feel me? You feel me? So like I said, if you're going through some shit and you need a few words of encouragement, feel free to hit me up. Shout out to Wolf Ryuzaki. Shout out to my boy Cam. Shout out to Mayo. Shout out to damn, there's a couple of folks I talked to. Man, oh yeah, shout out to Raised Night, RAIZD, and then Night KNIGHT. Shout out to my boy Brandon Webster. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all, man. And shout out to NWO X Packs or NWO X Pace, whatever your name is. My fucking bad, bro. But shout out to y'all, man. That's what I'm talking about. Go ask them. Go ask them how did I act towards them. Go ask them how did the conversation go. Go ask them. This ain't no fucking gimmick. This ain't no fucking act. It may be entertainment. It may be entertainment. But trust me, when I'm talking about like pure soul, genuineness, being kind, and having cordial conversation with individuals, trust me, that shit happens on stream and off stream. Trust me. Like I said, go ask these individuals. Go ask these individuals how I acted towards them. Go ask. Ask them how my energy was. Ask them if I was enthusiastic. Ask them if I was enthusiastic, or ask them if I was a piece of shit. Go ahead. Go ahead and ask them. They're gonna agree and they're gonna say the same way I acted on this motherfucking stream is the same way I acted in the messages. So once again, please, 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 unsanctioned army. And I see y'all. I see y'all. And I see a lot of y'all. I see a lot of y'all in the background too. Cause I saw last time when we had like 26 viewers, but I only saw like 10 people typing. I don't know who y'all are, but please don't be afraid to type. Don't be afraid to type. All right? Don't be afraid to type. Please don't be afraid to type. Reveal yourself, damn it. like dude right here. Who is this dude? My boy who voted the 13%. Who are you or who are y'all? Cuz this clearly says 2K will bounce back, meaning 2K will bounce back with a game that we will love. Well, shit. If you honestly think this is true, I want to know who selected this option. But yeah. Don't feel free to type. Don't feel free to type. I'm telling you, it's all natural. It's all love. Real talk. You fuck with us, we gonna fuck with you. You fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you. Please, 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 please hang on. Please hang on. You only get one of these lives. This life is precious. If you need some words of encouragement, don't feel free to message your favorite YouTuber, if we're your favorite YouTuber, or if you just come across us and you like what I said, shoot me a message. Shoot me a message. But anyways, enough of the sad talk, because like I said, I'm not really on social media 10 fucking hours a day because it's filled with stuff like this. I don't like consistently seeing things that are gonna, you know, fuck me up. I don't constantly like seeing these things. One of the things that you realize when you get older is you realize the importance of mental health. Okay? Let me repeat that. One thing that you realize as you get older is you realize the importance of mental health. One of the things that you want and you really, 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 I'm talking really fucking want, and you really appreciate is peace. It's peace, I'm telling you. Peace is so fucking valuable when you get older. I'm trying to tell you. If you're not one with yourself, if you're not at peace, it's gonna be a long road for you, my boy. I'm telling you. So once again, unsanctioned RV, please, before you want to go that route, shoot me a message. But anyways, let's get into this conversation. I said, hope y'all enjoyed the trash talk vid. If everything goes according to plan, who's up for a conversation tomorrow? Do you think it's time to just say fuck it and roll with the punches, aka face reality and realize 2K will never make a game that is viewed positively throughout the entire WGC? Or do you think AEW Fight Forever will be an immediate success right out the gate, and we end up getting two potential great wrestling games to jump back and forth between when 2K25 arrives? I say 2K25 because with the recent news of 2K24 already being announced, only 3 months into the WWE 2K23 cycle, that is already confirmation that they are working on it as we speak, and it will most likely be a carbon copy of 2K23. Maybe Fight Forever smokes them and 2K is forced to get their shit together with 2K25 or lose a large chunk of the player base. What are your thoughts? So I went ahead and set up a poll. 65% said that 2K is ass and always will be. 13% said 2K will bounce back. And once again, whoever you are, please reveal yourself, because I really want to know who voted this. I seriously want to know who voted this. And I want to actually dive deeper into this. I want to see why you said this. I really do. And number 3, AEW will carry the WGC, meaning AEW is going to have to do the dirty work and they're going to have to carry until we get another new wrestling game like the Wrestling Code. So the reason why I said this was because I ran into this. Like this is just a really intriguing topic. My boy said, I don't take any complaints about WWE 2K23 seriously from basically anyone at this point. Because we all know the drill. Complain endlessly about everything. Say you're not going to buy the next game. You buy the next game. Repeat endlessly until we die. I'm not saying you can't complain about the game or any shit like that at all. They're making a product that sucks ass a good chunk of the time, but brother, you know what to expect now. Come on. We all do. Come on now. It's like 50-50. People who don't understand how video game development, legal rights, or really anything complain about something not being in the game, and genuine criticism over bad gameplay and other shit straight up failure to function. And guess what? Gets amplified. And guess what gets amplified more? Status says it's time to accept some things. Wolfheart responds honestly, and it sucks to say, that's just how it is sometimes. Video games are an industry, and shit that everyone hates, they keeps getting pushed because corporate needs revenue to go up more. It's how it's gonna be. We can argue, we can complain, and we should, but it's all up to suits. What he means is, it's all up to the higher ups. The people above Lionel Jinx, the CEOs, it's all up to them. The people in the suits, the people in the ties, it's all up to them. The highest of the highs, you know? The people on the top of the totem pole. The upper echelon of 2K. He's saying it's all up to them. And I will say it's right because they do make the final decisions. Because this is why Ukes ended up leaving 2K. It's because they wouldn't let them make the game that they truly wanted to make. This is why Ukes ended up leaving 2K. See, a lot of y'all, you want to believe everything you see, and you don't actually dive deep into this shit. You think that Ukes left on their own power, and 2K wanted to make it seem like, see, this is the thing. This goes back to life. A lot of motherfuckers do a great job they have great manipulation tactics. Motherfuckers have great manipulation tactics. Like I was talking about the rumor mill. This happens in life too. A lot of motherfuckers will spread a rumor that other motherfuckers will catch on, or other motherfuckers will follow suit, and it'll keep going on and on and on. They'll say a whole bunch of shit, and people will just go along with it like it's nothing. It happens in everyday life too, not just with video games. Motherfuckers be plotting against you with all types of shit. Like I was just talking about. People saying that we make fake videos, and we were just doing this to fill 2K's pocket, to fill TK's pocket, to fill Tony Khan's pockets. Like we were currently under contract with Tony Khan. Motherfucker, do you have any concrete evidence that we signed a contract with Tony Khan? Like I said, I would love to be a part of the THQ team. I mean, since we clearly can't be next makers, and they denied everybody. I mean, they fucking, look what they did to Status. They fucking blacklisted his ass. They don't fuck with Status. They don't fuck with a lot of people who tell the truth. Us truth tellers, us people that want better for the game, they don't fuck with us. They don't fuck with us. So obviously, since we can't get into the door of the next makers, I would love to be a THQ content creator. That'll be cool if we can create content for Fight Forever. Help promote shit. That'll be cool. But it's not a fucking guarantee. So for the meantime, like I was saying, how the fuck do you know we're in cahoots with 2K, with TK? How the fuck do you know? Because if that was the case, wouldn't that mean we wouldn't be talking about any other game besides Fight Forever? You look fucking stupid, bro. The fuck are you talking about? We're one of the only fucking wrestling gaming channels who talk about all the goddamn games. Not just 2K, not just AEW. We talk about Ultraviolence Wrestling. We talk about the Wrestling Code. A lot of channels don't even talk about these fucking games. And a lot of y'all who are just now stumbling upon this channel, you didn't see our old channel. Because if you've seen how I act, how I've been acting recently, the reason why I'm so excited is because we were one of the first fucking channels on YouTube ever to even talk about AEW Fight Forever. I'm talking before it even had a trailer, before it even had a name. I'm talking about when the report first came out and it said Yuke's new wrestling game is in the works. We were one of the first channels to ever talk about this fucking game. And you're wondering why we're so excited. Now you know why. We talk about everything. We talk about every game. There's no biased journalism here. The fuck are you talking about? We don't have a contract with anybody. Look at how I'm talking right now. Look at how vulgar this language is. Come on now. There's no muzzle on me. There's no contract in place. What are you talking about? A lot of y'all really sound delusional, like real talk. That's what I was talking about, the rumor mill. A lot of y'all just like making shit up. You love to spread misinformation 24/7, 365. Talking all that shit just for a reaction. They'll do that shit in front of you and they'll do that shit behind your back too. It happens. This discourse happens all the time. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of y'all want to make shit up and make it seem like Ukes just went ahead and was like, you know what? Pfft, I'm out of here. 2K kicked them out. And then you want to sit here and be like, oh, well, thank God Ukes is gone. What do you mean, thank God Ukes is gone? They're the reason WWE games were even popular in the first place. Ukes and THQ, they laid the foundation. They were the pioneers for great wrestling games. What the fuck has 2K done? Huh? Please name me one classic 2K game and do not say 2K14. I'm talking one classic 2K game and do not say 2K14. I'm talking about when they officially got a hold of the license after THQ went bankrupt. Because 2K14, that was the last piece of work that THQ and Ukes put together. That was the last piece of work that they put together. Now, what have they done from 2K15 all the way to 2K23? Please name me one classic wrestling game. Name me one. Name me one. Name me one 2K game that can compete and go side by side with the SmackDown vs. Raw series. Name me one. Name me one. Oh, that's right, you can't. But let's go ahead and have this conversation. So, he says, we all know the drill. Complain endlessly about everything. Say you're not going to buy the game. You buy the next game. Repeat endlessly until we die. You see, the thing is, Some people actually keep their word and they're not buying these 2K games. Some people actually keep their word. And on the flip side, some people only buy these games when they're on sale. They don't buy this shit for full price, but granted, you still bought the game, so it doesn't matter. On the flip side, once again, some people only buy this game for content purposes. Their fans may want to see them play this game. And on the flip side, once again, some people, like us, they only buy this game because it's the only wrestling game on the market. So I see what you're saying. You complain, but you end up buying the game. But my brother, what else is there to play? And don't say Fire Bro. Please give me a modern day wrestling game. It doesn't matter if it's yearly or if it's coming out every few years. Name me one modern day wrestling game that's on the market right now. Name me one. There's a reason why anybody's getting 2K, because they want to scratch that wrestling itch. That wrestling itch. We just now got Fight Forever. Do you think that if Fight Forever was already out, anybody would give a fuck about 2K? Do you really think so? We wouldn't even need to make these kind of videos. We would be on Fight Forever right now. But that's the thing. There was no Fight Forever until now. We're just now being able to play this shit starting next month. So you can't necessarily say you complain and buy the game. You can't say that shit, bro. You can't say that shit when there's nothing else to play. Because shit does not get real until competition comes in there and shakes shit up. Let's go into a different genre. Let's focus on sports. When I talk about sports, I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm talking about football, basketball, or football, soccer, hockey, mixed martial arts. Let's talk about sports. Let's throw it back. Who remembers that game that 2K came out with ages ago called NFL 2K5? Who remembers that game? One of, if not the greatest in some eyes, the greatest football game of all time. That game went head to fucking head with EA's Madden 2005. Madden was the goddamn king. Back in the day, Madden was the fucking king. And EA, they didn't even just used to run sports games. They used to run gaming in general. The shit that EA used to come out back in the day, I'm talking, there was college hoops. There was college football. There was NFL Street. There was NBA Street. There was FIFA Street. The James Bond video games. The Need for Speed video games. Am I preaching? Those of you who were there, you know what I'm talking about. EA used to run this shit back in the day. Those of y'all know what I'm talking about. Give me a comment right now. Give me a W. Give me a fax. Give me an emoji. Give me anything if I'm speaking facts. You know what I'm talking about. EA was running this shit back in the day. And 2K dropped a game and gave their ass a run for their money. But here's the kicker right here. Guess how much this game retailed for? This game retailed for fucking $19.99. $20. This was before we had access to digital purchases too. Back then when you had to go take your ass to that store, take your ass to that store and pick up that game on your own. There was no digital. No. You had to buy that shit at the store. And that shit was a success. A $20 game beat out a $50 game. And here's the kicker. This is what happened next. When I tell you what happened, and some of you knew what already happened, but this is what happened. After that happened, EA went to set in place a multi-year deal with the NFL where they were the only one that were able to make a simulation style NFL video game. Let me repeat that. After 2K5 went head to head with them, they struck a deal with the NFL to be the only company that could make a simulation style NFL video game. So what does this mean, you say? This means that if 2K wanted to make another football game, it, one, cannot be simulation, and two, you cannot use the NFL in any way. Or if you do, you have to, mix it up. You got to not use the real player names. You got to rename everything. You got to rename the team names, rename the player names, revamp the logos or whatever. You maybe have to have some blank names on the jerseys. It cannot be simulation style. It cannot be lifelike. I believe the last and final game was All Pro Football NFL 2K8. I believe that was the last title. And riddle me this. How the fuck is that game still better than today's Madden? And this is what I'm talking about with competition. You can't really say shit about complaining when there hasn't been anybody here to challenge 2K. Now don't get me wrong. Fire Pro is a good video game. People are still playing it to this day. But here's the thing. It's only on PlayStation and Steam. Not everybody has access to that video game. It's not like that game is on Xbox, because it's not. It's only on Steam and it's only on PlayStation. And how many individuals are actually going to go out here and chuck money at that game and play that game as much as they play 2K, a WWE game? How many people are there that's going to go out there and do that? Not many, right? So yeah, like I was saying, there hasn't been many games lately that could challenge 2K and that are actually going to be able to get money from the consumer. So yeah, there's a lot of complaints. You're right. But your argument kind of dies out right there because there hasn't been any competition. And like I just said, when competition gets fierce, you really get to see what a motherfucker is really made of. That shit shook EA so bad that they signed a multi-year deal to be the only company that can make a sim-style game. But hey, we'll see what happens. Because although I hate 2K's wrestling games, I'm excited to see what they do with the NFL. I really am. Because there's rumors that they're going to have a new NFL game by 2K. That's what I will say about 2K. Even though, like I said, NBA 2K is ass, they still put more effort into that shit than they do the wrestling. They don't give a fuck about wrestling games. They don't. They never have. They never will. So we're going to see what's up. But like I was saying, when competition comes into play, you really see what a motherfucker is made of. So we're going to see. This is when we're going to see what the WGC true intentions really are. This is when we're going to see what 2K's true intentions really are. We're going to really see how the WGC sways. Because here's some things. There's rumors that Fight Forever may not have community creations. And that's the only thing motherfuckers can say. It doesn't have community creations though. But the graphics, bro, okay, we fucking get it, bro. We fucking get it. You've said the same shit a million times now. Can you talk about the other things? What about the gameplay? You see, the more you say, but it doesn't have community creations, the more you say that, you're just basically proving our point and admitting that 2K is fucking dog shit. You have everything to say about community creations, but you have little to nothing to say about the gameplay. You basically just proved our point that 2K is ass and cannot hang without community creations. So let's talk about 2K. Let's say 2K doesn't have community creations. Can 2K hold their ground? No, I don't think so. So AEW, it might not have community creations at launch, but it has the gameplay, and that's why everybody's excited. It's the little details that matter. When the fuck was the last time that 2K actually tried to innovate? When was the last time? When was the last time that 2K actually tried to innovate? When 2K actually tried to evolve? Oh wow, you fucking added war games. So that makes the game finally worth $70? So that makes a carbon copy of 2K22 worth $70 because you added war games? Really? No. Oh, you added sliders that don't even work. Wow. What else did you add? Everything else is basically the same. You're hearing the same complaints every single year. People are still complaining about universe mode. Still, your most popular game mode gets little to no attention. But you want to talk about Fight Forever. Oh, I'm not buying that game. But you could sit here and you could throw all the money in the world at 2K because of the graphics, because of community creations. We're going to really see some shit. We're going to really see how this looks in AW Fight Forever, because a lot of you forget this. A lot of you forget this. It may not have community creations at launch, but it's a live service game, meaning they're not going to come out with an AW Fight Forever 2 and an AW Fight Forever 3. This is not a game that's going to keep coming out every single year. We may get another game eventually in the next 3, 4, 5 years, maybe. Or this could just be a one-off, and it could be a live service game. Do you see a Fortnite 2? Huh? Do you? I don't think so. It's one game that they're consistently building on. It's a live service game that they're going to constantly keep updating. So to sit here and say that they don't have community creations, I get that. I understand that. But don't sit here and act like it's impossible to add. Because let's say this. Let's say AW Fight Forever does end up getting community creations. What the fuck is going to be your excuse then? Let's say then. Because if you sit here and AW Fight Forever finally adds its community creations, and you still don't even want to purchase the game, that's all the proof that I need to show that that's all the proof that I need to know that you're a 2K fanboy. Because like I said, we may talk a lot of shit about 2K, but a thing that we do that you don't do, 2K fanboys, is that we go out of our way and we buy these games. Come on now. Buy the fucking game. I mean, trust me, I would prefer that it's on Game Pass. That'll save a good chunk of money. But if the price tag is $60, $70, I'm going to fucking buy this game. I'm going to buy this game. And there's absolutely nothing you can do that can stop me from buying this shit. But can I say the same for you? Can I say the same for you? Well, let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real. I'm just speaking facts. We're going to really see how the WGC looks, especially when 2K24 comes out. Are there going to be more players still on AW Fight Forever? Is AW Fight Forever going to be on Game Pass by then? Or is everybody going to shift gears to 2K24? We're about to really see what the WGC is really made of. We're going to really see how the community sways. This is why I said competition is good. Because let's say AW Fight Forever is a massive success. Let's say AW Fight Forever is a massive success. What does that mean? That means 2K, their revenue is in jeopardy, and they are forced to give us more. Because here's another thing. We may go out and buy the game every year, but like I said, there's no competition, and B, a lot of the next makers don't want to speak their mind and speak up. I mean, some of them do, but a lot of them don't. And even if some of them do, they don't do it as much as we do, and as much as a lot of other individuals do. So not only do you have individuals that are silenced, but you also have no competition. But let's say this. Let's say there's not only competition, but let's say the next makers are actually enjoying AEW Fight Forever too. You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with this? This is really going to show what is going to happen. This game, let me tell you something. This game is going to shape up the future of wrestling games. Because let's say AEW Fight Forever is a massive success. Let's say the Wrestling Code is a massive success. 2K has no fucking choice but to get their shit together. It's the reason why Call of Duty is in the position where it is now. It's the reason why Madden and FIFA is in the position that they are in now. Because nobody is there to fucking challenge them. This is why I mentioned competition over and over and over again. And for those of y'all out there who are wishing AW Fight Forever to fail, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. And you're the sole reason why these 2K games are dog shit every year. I don't know why you're sitting here shilling for these 2K games every single year. Well, you know that it's the same exact shit every single year. It's a carbon copy of the previous game. And then a couple weeks later, you're sitting here begging 2K to fix something. You should be the first one in line purchasing this damn game. You should want AW Fight Forever to do good. I would rather, listen here. Anybody who truly loves wrestling games, listen, as much as 2K is fucked up lately, as much as 2K has fumbled, I would rather 2K get their shit together and make a great wrestling game in the future than to just have one good wrestling game. I mean, not good, great. Because I want AW Forever to do great. But I don't just want one great wrestling game. I want two. I want three. I want four. I want as many good wrestling games as possible. And you should too. You should too. Do not call yourself a wrestling fan. Do not call yourself a wrestling gamer if you don't want the best for these wrestling games. You showing your true colors. That's fake as fuck. Real talk. Oh, it looks like a PS2 game. Oh, it should cost $15. Oh, I'm not buying this unless it's on Game Pass. Oh, there's no reason graphics should look like this in 2023. Bro, they already said they're not aiming for fucking graphics, and that's the problem with y'all. That's the problem with y'all. That's the problem, and that's why gaming is in the fucking rut that it is today. With these yearly releases, bro. If 2K has no competition, then guess what? We're going to get the same fucking 2K for the next 10 years. You're going to be complaining about universe mode for the next 10 years because nobody's here to challenge them. This is why gaming is in the rut that it is today. Like Call of Duty. I used to fucking love Call of Duty back in the day. I used to love that shit. Now I admit, Cold War was a decent title, but it's not a classic title. My favorite Call of Duties of all time will always be Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2. They have yet to top that shit. And I hate to say it, but they never will. Hell, look at what's going on right now with the Call of Duty series. You got everybody playing Warzone. People don't even really fuck with the main Call of Duty like that. The main game. Everybody's playing the Battle Royale version of that shit. People don't even fuck with the main COD anymore. They're losing more than half of their player base. They're losing players every single day. Vanguard was fucking ass. The new Modern Warfare 2, that shit is ass. You wanna know why? Because people like y'all. Because the 2K fanboys like y'all. The graphics. Look at Modern Warfare 2. Amazing fucking graphics. The guns feel realistic. But look at the gameplay. Like I said, when you shoot a gun, especially if you got a decent controller with really good vibration, you be like, damn, you could really feel that shit when you playing a racing game and a collision happens. You playing a shooting game and you firing your weapon. You really love that shit. It really feels good. But like I was saying, look at the gameplay. It's ass. That was a team of 3,000 fucking devs. Let me repeat that. 3,000 devs. 3,000 devs. 3,000 devs. 3,000 devs. And that game fucking sucked. Games that cost $70 and more. Damn. $70, $120, $150, $200. Look like it shouldn't even be nowhere near that much. Because they're not focused on gameplay anymore. Back in the day of the PS2, guess what? You bought your game and you were forced to play that shit. I mean, you could return it within 30 days, maybe. But it was either that or you sat there and you played that shit. Back in the day with SmackDown vs. Raw. You bought that shit and you played that shit. We played that shit day and fucking night. With or without a goddamn memory card. If we had to restart it, we had to restart it. It is what it is. But the reason why everybody loved that shit is because of its gameplay. The gameplay in game modes kept us hooked. You can't say the same about 2K. You cannot say the same about 2K. It's all about the graphics with y'all. What the fuck is wrong with us? WGC, what is wrong with us? It's just graphics. It's not all about graphics, bro. And for those of y'all that only like graphics, bruh, you gotta wake the fuck up. Because you're helping gaming die. You are helping gaming die. Seriously. Like I said, I just mentioned Call of Duty. We went from actual level. We went from actual fucking level progression. We went from actually being able to knock motherfuckers off with basic ass classes. We went from looking like the best players in the world, even on a no money spent account. And now you fast forward years later, What the fuck do we have now? Everything is all about COD points. You got blueprints. You got motherfuckers shooting a goddamn rainbow full of bullets. Purple bullets, green bullets, blue bullets, red bullets, orange bullets. You got motherfucking Scream, Rambo. Who else was in that? Like, who else was in that motherfucker? I don't. You got all these fictional fucking characters running around Nuketown. You got motherfuckers doing the whip, doing the goddamn nene, doing the hit them folks, doing the goddamn shoot, shoot, shoot. This is what Call of Duty is now. This is what the fuck Call of Duty is now. I have not been fully invested in Call of Duty in so long. I remember back in the day, flashback, when I begged my folks to take me to the midnight release of Call of Duty, Black Ops 2. I stood in that line, and it was raining too, mind you that. That line was fucking packed. It was outside the door of GameStop. I begged to go to that midnight release, and I will never forget that experience. Had the music going, you had the pizza going, free food, whatever. Doing some giveaways. We were all talking, man, this game's gonna be fucking crazy. This game's gonna be fucking crazy. Like, do they even do midnight releases anymore? Like, who remembers back in the day when they used to do midnight releases? Especially with consoles. Like, who remembers when the 360 and the PS3 first came out? Who remembers that shit? Do they still do midnight releases? Do they? Like I was saying, I begged to do that midnight release, and I will never forget that shit. It was raining, free food, free everything, giveaways. Talking, it was like, this game's gonna be crazy. This game's gonna be crazy. This game's gonna be crazy. Finally went into GameStop, got our ticket ready. When I finally had that game in my hand, when I saw that fucking game, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Xbox 360, and then I got a pre-order bonus. That was the poster. I still have that shit to this day. I still have the poster too. I still have the poster. They gave me a poster in the game. And then when I finally went home and I booted that shit up and I heard that fucking menu theme for the first time. Because I wasn't even, mind you, I had school. I was still legit. I still had school. All right. I was a young gun. I was a jit. I still had school. And I wasn't even supposed to be playing that fucking game, but I did because I was excited. When I first booted that shit up, and then that fucking music started. That was one of them. Give me a W in the chat if you remember this shit, or you remember this one. Yeah. When I first booted that shit up and heard that shit, I was like, God damn, I felt like I was in paradise, bruh. Like, damn. Like, fuck. You wonder why I keep going back. It's like, gaming was at a way better state than it is today. That's why I keep fucking going back. That's why. I know. A lot of y'all are about to shed a tear. You remember that menu music. You remember these memories. Man. This shit is really like, bruh. You look at first-person shooters, it's like, we're not even really getting first-person shooters, pure first-person shooters anymore. Even Call of Duty, the fucking once king, was falling off. They're falling off. And this is why I'm glad that this is one really cool thing about Xbox is backwards compatibility. I love going back and playing modern. I mean, yeah, maybe go back and play a little bit of Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. I love the backwards compatibility feature. I love that shit. I really do. But yeah, like you look at first person shooters now, it's like everything is a fucking battle royale. Battle royale this, battle royale that, battle royale this, battle royale that. Everything is a fucking battle royale. We don't even get pure first person shooters anymore. Even Call of Duty is taking a fucking hit. These motherfuckers ain't got no soul no more, bruh. We was getting banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. The fuck is this shit now? The fuck is this shit, bruv? It's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Shout out to my mates over there in the UK. Shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, look at this shit we got now. It's rubbish, mate. This shit's trash. This shit fucking sucks. And this is why I said competition is good, because even with Call of Duty, I don't know if you heard the recent news, but guess what happened? Guess what happened? Call of Duty got so fucking shook that they pulled a fucking EA and hit SM2 with the same shit. If you don't know what SM2 is, it's basically these people were going out of their way to create oh my goodness, this looked like it was about to just shit all over Call of Duty. It basically took the best elements from that shit and combined it into one game. And they were putting their heart and soul into that game. Granted, we weren't getting everyday updates. Every update we got, it was always something worth seeing. It was always worth the wait. But I was really excited for that game. I was really excited about that game. And if you want to see it for yourselves, go look up SM2, or I will give you the link in the description. But this game was about to be fucking crazy. And guess what Call of Duty did? Guess what they did? They hit them with a cease and desist. And they were threatening to sue the fuck out of their ass if they don't shut down their operations. You see what the big boys do? They don't play nice. They don't play nice. This is what I say when I mean competition is good. And this is what I mean when I say that companies feel threatened. And this is what I got to say to these motherfucking companies. People wouldn't have to go out of their way and make their own fucking game if you weren't so fucking lazy and didn't make all these shit titles every single year. All right? How are you going to stop somebody's grind like that? How are you going to shoot that project down? They wouldn't even need to make that if your games are still fire. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I mean, I may still pick up a Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is fucking trash now. It's nowhere near what it used to be back in the day. And that's the same thing with a lot of games in general, with a lot of these yearly releases, especially 2K. You could say that 2K has the graphics, 2K has the graphics, 2K has the graphics, 2K has community creations. Yeah, kudos. I'm going to give you a clap. I'm going to give you a round of applause for that shit. But guess what? Guess what 2K doesn't have? They don't have the fucking gameplay. I mean, they have online, but technically they don't really have online because it's a fucking miracle if you can even get into a goddamn match. Shit. That is why everybody is excited for Fight Forever. You're sitting here wondering, bruh, why is everybody still hyped for this game? Because it has fucking gameplay. Because it has fucking gameplay. One thing that 2K has been lacking for over a decade. It has gameplay. You can have graphics, you can have community creations, but do you have gameplay? 2K, how can you make me play your game for a full calendar year? Because I'm going to keep it real. This is the 2K cycle. You get excited. A new trailer is out. Or you don't get excited. You're wondering where the fuck is the information. You pick up the game. It's a steaming hot pile of garbage. And you play it for a couple months or a couple weeks. And you put that shit down. And now you're sitting here making a goddamn wish list, or you're venting. You're sitting here, man, 2K, 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 2K. And then you're waiting for the next 2K. That's literally how the fuck it is every single year. Literally. 2K is such a forgettable title. There is not one 2K game that makes me think, man, that 2K was fucking great, bro. But you can You can name plenty of titles. You can name plenty of old wrestling games back in the day that grabbed your attention. Whether it was WrestleMania XIX, whether it was Day of Reckoning, whether it was Shut Your Mouth, whether it was Know Your Role, whether it was No Mercy, whether it was Here Comes the Pain, whether it was SmackDown versus Raw. Like, you can name plenty of titles back in the day. Now, please tell me, can you do the same with 2K? You can't. You can't. This is why everybody is excited. This is why everybody is excited. We got some competition. Status, he low-key does have a point. He says it's time to accept things. He low-key has a point. And this is the thing, like, bro, the creators are carrying this shit. That's all it is, bro. Look at this. See, Status, bruh. Status has some comedy in him, bruh. Status has some fucking comedy in him. Look at this shit. 2K announces the face paint frenzy pack, and the Status comes on there. Status comes on here and announces all his fucking uploads right under 2K. And here's the thing. He got more likes than them. Like, bruh, Status, a fucking creator, just ratioed the fuck out of 2K. 2K has 970,000 followers. Status has 63K, and he just ratioed the fuck out of them. See, people appreciate the work that Status does. I know I do. And then look at this. Phenom Cause. He says, what's everyone's honest thoughts regarding my faction exclusives like character models, etc.? Here's what Status has to say. I feel like we've had this, like, bruh, Status is real as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. He says, I feel like we've had this conversation since the release of WWE 2K22. They know. They acknowledge it. They provided an answer that can easily be fixed but won't. They even stackpiled and added more blocks to community creations so even the recreated versions can't be downloaded. They don't want those attire/characters anywhere else. They don't care about petitions. They are moving on to 2K24 to the point 2K23 barely gets support. As it is, just look how inflated community creations is with explicit content. This topic is pointless at this point. Their own next makers have expressed displeasure on the topic of my faction. YouTubers, COD makers, and everyone else even offered the solution to keep it there. But when you unlock it, you can use it everywhere else. They don't care. That's some real shit. That's some real shit by Status. One of the top creators, one of the most well-known creators in the community. Been holding this shit down for years. There's some real shit by Status. And this is what we're talking about with 2K. They're greedy as fuck, bro. And they only care about my faction. This is why everybody is excited about Fight Forever. It's not just about the gameplay. It's everything in general. It's a breath of fucking fresh air. How long have we been paying 2K? How long have we been playing 2K? How long have we been paying 60 to 70 fucking bucks every goddamn year and playing the same fucking game? This is why people are excited. This is why people are anxious for AEW Fight Forever. This is why. This is why. It's not a fucking coincidence. This is why. Let's go ahead and have a look, shall we? Go look at WWE 2K23. 82 Metascore. We already said the people they pay off. But back then, I feel like this was more truthful. 82 Metascore. 7.1 user score. Even, the last decent 2K can't even get a good user score. It got a yellow. I mean, yellow is okay, but it's not green. Green is what you're aiming for. When was the last time you got a green? 76 Metascore, 6.3 user score. 2K18. Bro, stop showing this fucking footage. God damn. That's another thing y'all gotta stop 2K too. Y'all gotta stop showing real life footage. And this goes for AW and y'all too. Like, y'all gotta stop showing real life footage. Just show video game footage. Show gameplay. Because this is how you get motherfuckers copyrighted, bro. By showing real show footage. Stop doing that shit, please. But WWE 2K18. 66 Metascore, 5.5 user score. WWE 2K17, 69 meta score, 6.1 user score. WWE 2K16, 73 meta score. And by the way, this game was on Game Pass. By the way, this game was on Game Pass. By the way. So for those of y'all saying, oh, it's going to be on Game Pass anyways, buddy, this game, your beloved WWE game was on Game Pass at once too. And I'm not talking about a Game Pass to where they take it off and you'll never be able to play it again. Bruh, this game was literally free on Games with Gold. You download this game, you can keep it forever. This game was free. My God, this game was free as long as you had online, as long as you had gold. But like I was saying, 73 meta score, 7.2 user score. And then this is when the 2K cycle really first started. It's not 2K14, so stop mentioning that game. This is when 2K officially took over. So start with this game. Stop mentioning 2K14. Stop mentioning that. Only focus on 2K15 and up. So this is when 2K first started. 62 meta score and 5.2 user score. Now let's move on. Bruh. You look at all these games. Let's go back. You look at all these games. Look at all these games. What is one thing they have in common? They have yet to get even one single 7.6. They can't even... Bruh. You're talking about beating AW5 forever. You can't even beat fucking Fire Pro. The fuck? You could talk about this all you want. You could talk about this Metascore all you want. You could talk about this all you want. But what about this? What about this? The audience. The users. What about this? What about this? When was the last time you got a green light in the user score category? When was the last time you got this, 2K? As much as you like to rag about how you got this, what about this? Huh? What about this? You can't even beat out Fire Pro. This game came out in 2018. You still can't even beat out Fire Pro. And that shit speaks volumes. So if you're wondering why people are excited about AW5 Forever, this is why. Because yeah, you can have all the graphics in the world. You can have that shit. Like I said, I already admit it. And I will continue to admit it. 2K23 mops the floor with AW5 Forever when it comes to graphics. I'll admit it. I admit it. When it comes to graphics, 2K23 and 2K in general, it mops the floor with AW5 Forever. I'll admit that shit. But one thing it lacks is gameplay. And it shows here. Like, bro, you can't even beat Fire Pro. You can't even beat Fire Pro. Let's take it back to the old days. Bro, look at this shit. The last time they got a green light. Look at all these red and yellows. The last time they got a green light was fucking 2K16. That was fucking 2K16. But here's the thing. Guess who developed that game? Ukes. Yeah, Ukes developed that game. Visual Concepts took over with 2K22. Their second title was 2K23. So I want to see where this goes. I want to see if Visual Concepts can make one classic WWE game, or is 2K still limiting them like they did with Ukes? So they got 2 games under their belt. Let's see what they do with the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. Let's see what happens. Because they were limiting Ukes, and they couldn't even get one green light with Ukes. The pioneers for WWE games. They got a 7.2 with 2K16. That game ended up being free. And a lot of people don't even remember that game, to be honest. But yeah, that's the last time they got a green light. Let's go back again. Hey, let's go back even further. 2K14, green light. 2K13, green light. And it's the same thing with the UFC games too. The UFC games were fucking badass back in the day. Who remembers this shit? UFC Undisputed 3. In my eyes, this is the best UFC game of all time. In my eyes, this is the best UFC game of all time. Ukes did more than WWE games, I'm telling you. Ukes did way more than WWE games. A lot of y'all don't know that. But yeah. Now let's go ahead. SmackDown Just Bring It. SmackDown Just Bring It. The start of Ukes and the PS2. I believe the game before this came. Yeah, I believe the game before this, it was out on the Dreamcast, I believe. But this is when like Ukes really got their first go. It was on the PS2. SmackDown Just Bring It. Let's have a look. Do you see anything? Do you see anything? I mean, although it may be yellow, it may be yellow and not green. Here's one thing that you're seeing, that you're still seeing. You can't even, it still has a higher user score. Bruh. Even SmackDown Just Bring It. A lot of people didn't even like this game. I'm gonna be the first to admit it. A lot of people did not like this game. But it still has a higher user score than every 2K title. Since 2K officially acquired the license. Besides 2K16 and 2K14. But yeah. I'm saying like let's focus on the current time. The current time. Your current game can't even be Just Bring It. Let's continue. What about this one? This is when shit really started to pop off. This is when shit really started to pop off. This is when shit really started to pop off for Ukes. This is their second one. It got a 90 Metascore and an 8.4 user score. Oh, the fans are really loving this one, I see. The fans are really loving that second one, I see. But let's continue. It also got a Metacritic must play. Show me any of these games that got a Metacritic must play. Show me any of these 2K titles that got a Metacritic must play. Please tell me. Please tell me. I don't see it. Please tell me. Let's continue. They still doing their thing. It's the third game. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. 8.6 user score. It seems like the fans are still loving what Ukes has to offer. It seems like the fans are still loving these PS2 games. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. And they still are to this day. Oh, an 8.9. Some say this is the best WWE game of all time. An 8.9 user score. It seems like the fans are still loving this game. This franchise. It seems like fans are still loving what Ukes is doing. Let's continue. The start of the SmackDown vs. Raw series. An 8.6. It seems like the fans are still loving what Ukes is doing. Let's continue. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. An 8.4 user score. It seems like the fans are still loving what Ukes is doing. SVR 2007. An 8.8. This is when SmackDown vs. Raw first made its introduction to the Xbox world. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. It got a shitty Metascore. But here's the thing. It got a great user score. Are you seeing the pattern? The fans are loving these games. Let's continue. Let's continue. And then you come here. Because I believe this was the PSP version. And this was the PS3 version. So this was PS3, that was PSP. But if you're noticing, the fans are still loving these games more than they are the current 2K games, as you can see. SVR 2009, like I said, it may be yellow, It may be yellow, but it still has a higher score than your current 2K. And then they bounce back with SVR 2010, an 8.1 user score. And then we got a high 7.6, high sevens. And there you have it. And that's one thing. If you have not noticed the pattern here is that these games might not have the best graphics, but the one thing they do have is gameplay. The fans appreciate the gameplay, the work that Ukes put in on these fucking games compared to the games now. Back in the day, THQ let Ukes run wild. They unlocked their full potential, as you can see here. When 2K gets anything like this, please let me know. Please let me know when 2K gets anything like this. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. I mean, even some of the wrestlers even think so themselves. I gotta leave a link in the description, but I was watching a video where wrestlers reflected on their favorite WWE games. And I believe it was Karrion Kross. He literally said on that video, he said, "Hey, developers, you love money? You love money?" He basically was signaling that they should remaster Here Comes the Pain. What does that say to you? What does that say to you? You see every single day, nobody's talking about, oh, remember that 2K game? Remember that 2K game? Remember that 2K game? Hell no. Nobody's saying that shit. If you notice the pattern, everybody is mentioning games from 10, 20 years ago. Like, bruh. Everybody is talking about the old games. The old games. Everybody's talking about the old games. So as much as you feel and rave for graphics, as much as you try to battle it out in these comment sections and try to tell us, oh, you're wasting your money, bro. At the end of the day, it's all about the gameplay. And 2K, I'm going to keep it real with you. You're going to have to get your shit together because it's not just AW coming for you. There's a lot of games coming out. I mean, there may be a good chunk of people that's playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom right now, but there's going to be more games coming out, 2K. So right now, it's best to find a way. You better do something. You better patch the hell out of online. Do something. Because you are approaching really, 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 really tough territory. You walking on thin ice, 2K. Because this is not the time to fuck around. You got hella games about to come out that are competing with you. It's not just AEW Fight Forever. Give me a W in the chat if you're getting any of these games. You got the new Spider-Man game about to come out. Any of y'all been playing that Street Fighter 6 demo? You got Street Fighter 6 coming out. A lot of people were going to stop giving a fuck about 2K23. I mean, personally, I'm only on this shit for content purposes. I'm only on this shit for content purposes to entertain y'all. I'm just keeping it real. I could care less about this fucking game. I'm keeping it real. 2K's already losing me, and now that I've actually got the official release date for AEW Fight Forever, I'm keeping it real. It's not just me. You're going to lose a lot of interest in these next few months, 2K. You think 25% off is something? Wait till you see 50. Wait till you see 75. Wait till you see 100. There's going to be more sales than you can imagine. But like I was saying, you got the new Spider-Man game finna come out. You got the PlayStation Showcase. Who knows what the fuck is going to be announced there? Maybe you're going to have Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima 2, maybe. Maybe a new Last of Us. Who knows what is going to be shown off at that damn showcase? You got Street Fighter 6. You got Tekken 8. You got Who saw that Mortal Kombat 1 trailer? Ooh! You got Mortal Kombat 1. You got a new Budokai Tenkaichi. You got a new Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi about to drop. After all these years, I knew Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. It's not just Fight Forever. It is not just Fight Forever. You better be grateful. You better be grateful GTA 6 is nowhere near done. Because I'm telling you, if that shit was out, man, rip. But yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of games that's about to come out. 2K. There's a lot of games that's about to come out. You better be on your way game these next couple months. It is not just AW Fight Forever. It's not. It's not. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And one thing I will say, because a lot of y'all, this goes back to people spreading false information, misinformation, spreading false fucking rumors and saying, like I said, once again, it's just funny at this point. The comedy is unreal. Oh, you're biased, you're biased, you're biased. If I was biased, would I have purchased all these fucking 2K games? You sound fucking delusional. Saying that we never say anything about AEW Fight Forever. Like, bro, go back and look at those few videos where I was really heated and wanted AEW to show more shit about Fight Forever. And I still do. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the game, but I still want to see more. I still want to see more. Now, you got my attention, but you got to show me more. This game comes out on June 29th. You got to show me more. Here's another thing I got to say, too. Like, come on now. Let me refresh this just in case. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. You drop that trailer and then you say, pre-order now. Like, motherfucker. You can't even go on your console. I believe PlayStation users, they were experiencing the same thing, but you can't even go on your console and pre-order this shit if you wanted to. It says not sold separately. Like, come on now. Oh, what a way to get fans hyped when you can't even pre-order the game. Like, come on, bro. And then I saw this. And then I saw this. What the fuck do you mean by this, Xbox? What do you mean by this? You left your house and walked into ours. Be ready for some pain come June 29th. I don't want to get my hopes up, but are you signaling that this shit is coming to Game Pass? Wait, let me see what Sony said. Let me see what Sony said. Let me see if Sony said anything. Yeah, see, Sony didn't say anything. Hey, Sony didn't say anything. So that really has me curious. Like, is this an exclusive partnership? Is this game coming to Game Pass? Is there something that we don't know? But honestly, I'm not getting my hopes up, and I will not be mad if this does not come to Game Pass because, like I said, if you're a real wrestling fan, you should want better for the WGC, and you want as many playable, great wrestling games as possible. You should want better. You should not be wishing failure on AEW Fight Forever. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I said a lot of folks are scummy as hell, bro. A lot of folks just be talking out of their ass. Not making nowhere near any sense. The IWC, like, fuck, man. The IWC and the WGC. There's a lot of fucked up people. If you haven't watched, I don't even want to talk about this shit, but some of y'all knew what happened yesterday. My girl Mercedes Monet. Look at how motherfuckers switch sides on you, just like that. She was in WWE doing her thing. You loved her to death. But now she's shining in New Japan. You hate her. I'm sad to announce that she suffered an injury yesterday. And she could be out for some time due to an ankle injury. And there were some nasty fucking comments out there. People were saying, see, this is what you get. Ha 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 ha. Just having a field day. Just praising and worshiping this fucking injury. You'd be like, oh, finally, get her out of here. Oh, this is the best thing ever. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And y'all wonder why Pro wrestlers themselves really don't fuck with us. They don't interact with us as much as they used to. When they take pictures with us, they got like that scared face on them, like, okay, I can't wait for this photo shoot to be over. Like, they just look scared for their life. This is why they call us neckbeards. This is why they call us all kinds of names. This is why. Like, a lot of y'all, like, bro, y'all gotta really stop this shit. It doesn't matter how much you hate a professional wrestler. It doesn't matter how much you hate the booking direction or whatever. The last thing we should be doing, IWC, is wishing death or wishing injury on these professional wrestlers. A lot of y'all, you want to call us biased. No, a lot of y'all are fucking biased, because the minute somebody leaves WWE, they're all of a sudden public enemy number one. The minute somebody leaves WWE, in your eyes, they are public enemy number one. You got the most to say about AEW. You got the most to say about AEW and all these other promotions, but, bro, WWE is not perfect. WWE makes mistakes themselves. WWE, even today. What is the direction of LA Knight? What the fuck are they doing with Chad Gable? I could mention, what the fuck are they doing with Dolph Ziggler? Plenty of fucking superstars that have hella potential, but they're not doing shit with them except embarrassing. Look at Baron Corbin. Like I was saying, plenty of superstars with hella potential that they're just choosing to embarrass every fucking week. Superstars get called up from NXT. You're like, oh my god, man, I can't fucking wait, man. This is gonna be awesome. But then Vince McMahon, you son of a bitch, you're fired. Look what happens. Look what happens. Go down the shitter. WWE is not perfect. Like, let's take it back. Where were you when Stone Cold walked the fuck out and listed his displeasures with the company? Where were you when WWE was fucking lost when they got the F out and they were trying to figure their way? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you at the beginning of that fucking era? Where were you? WWE was not always smiles and sunshine, buddy. Yeah, I agree. WWE is the more popular promotion. I get that. But it is nowhere near perfect. And I'm going to keep it real. Let's keep it real. You take away the bloodline, would you still be that interested in WWE? You take away the Judgment Day, would you still be interested in WWE? I'm not saying from my personal preference. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you fanboys. If they took away your beloved bloodline and there was no more bloodline, would you still be interested in WWE? I don't think so. Because a lot of y'all, this is what a lot of y'all do. It's like what a lot of y'all do with 2K. You see the graphics and you're like, oh my god, look at WWE. You see Roman Reigns and you all of a sudden you about to bust. You about to bust. You can't fucking control yourselves. But you take away the bloodline, would you still keep the same energy? Would you? Would you? I feel the same way about AEW, the same way I feel about Fight Forever. And I feel the same way about WWE 2K, the same way I feel about how it is in real life. 2K, you have the fucking resources, you have the budget, you have the tech. I actually want you to make a good game. A great game. Not even a good game, a great game that's going to take my excitement level to the next level. I actually want 2K to make a great game. That's what you guys don't get. You think that we're sitting here and we're wishing failure on 2K? Like, bro, dog. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to uninstall this shit when Fight Forever comes out. But in the future, bro, we say it every single time. We want 2K to make great games. We want them to. And with WWE, like, bruh, it's not about the talent. It's not, because WWE is in a great position when it comes to talent. There's more talent than ever on that fucking roster. There's more talent than ever. But the booking is fucking terrible. 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 So like I said, IWC, WGC, we got to do fucking better and appreciate this shit. I get it. You're a fanboy. WWE is the end all be all for you. If it's not WWE, if it's not WWE 2K, it's not right with you. I get that shit. But someday, one of these days, can you at least branch the fuck out, reach the fuck out, and give the other thing a try? Give the other promotion, give the other video game a try. Can you at least do that? Can you? Can you? Can you? Because like I said, a lot of y'all are just playing follow the leader. It's just monkey see, monkey do. Just attaching to whatever is fucking trending. Or it's popular to hate AEW, so let me join in. Whoopee, let me get my pitchforks out. Fuck you, Tony. Like, bro. Competition is good. You got to understand that. You have to understand that. You're happy right now. You're saying, oh my God, WWE PLEs are great. Oh my God, how fucking great was Backlash? You're happy right now, but guess what? Guess what? Guess the reason why you think it's good. Guess the reason why it's so good right now. Guess why? Guess why? Because there's competition. Do you really fucking think? Do you really honestly think if there was no such thing as AEW, if there was no such thing as AEW, the WWE will be working in overdrive mode to set up these great PLEs? Do you really think so? Because a lot of y'all seem to want to forget that long ass fucking stint that WWE had with Vince McMahon in charge, when everything was fucking dog shit. I'm talking Raw. I'm talking SmackDown. I'm talking NXT. I'm talking pay-per-views or PLEs, whatever you want to call them. Every single week, everything was fucking dog shit. There may have been one good piece out of that whole show, or there may have been nothing at all. You want to forget about that time, don't you? You want to forget about that time, don't you? But once AEW comes into the picture and they start making a name for themselves, things are starting to look better because there's competition. This is what I talk about with 2K. They're sensing, oh shit, there's a threat on the horizon. We have to do better. We got to get our shit in order. You guys aren't fucking thinking. You got to use that fucking noggin. You got to use that goddamn brain of yours. Competition is good, okay? But anyways, that about wraps it up for the video. I'm gonna go ahead, because my boy DJ he thought I was capping. Nah, I'm fucking with you, but I'm gonna go ahead and show him something. I don't know because he said that his HDMI port broke or something, but bro, like I said, I don't really use HDMI anymore. I mean, I use it from time to time, but I don't really use it anymore. I mainly just sync it up to my monitor via the cloud, via xCloud, via game streaming, whatever you want to call it. But listen, there's no HDMI port. There's no HDMI cable connected to my Xbox right now. And check this shit out. I come on the Xbox app. I click this. This is my console right here. Xbox Series X. I click this. It syncs up. And now look. We're here. Street Fighter 6 demo. You dig? 2K. It's one of the games. I'm telling you, you better get your shit together. But look, you can play anything you want. Here goes 2K. I do not want to play that shit right now, as you can see. But yeah. This is without an HDMI. This is without an HDMI, by the way. Man, I cannot wait to play this shit. Man, I cannot wait to play this shit. I don't know if it's going to take 24 hours or how many hours it's going to take, but I'm going to say once again before I head out, Kenny, Tony Khan, THQ, Ukes, Xbox, Microsoft, Sony, PlayStation, whoever is in charge of this shit, please get it together. Because you cannot make a trailer like that saying you can pre-order this, pre-order that. but you were not able to pre-order it on console. See, look, you see it right here. It says not currently available. So, I mean, minor thing. No, I'm not even going to say minor thing. This is a major thing because you can't get somebody hype and then they're not able to pre-order it. So, yes, it is a major thing, and this shit needs to get in order quick. I don't want to go get my shit from, you can get your shit from Walmart, Amazon, whatever, but, bruh, I want to be able to get my shit digital first. I'm not going to lie. I might end up getting a physical copy, maybe, but ever since we were able to get digital games, I've been leaning more towards that. Now, if you come out and you say that there's some Owen Hart pre-order bonus, rest in peace, man. But if there's an Owen Hart pre-order bonus, then hey, I might actually end up getting that physical. Maybe. But that about wraps it up for the video. What you think about the talk? What you think about the talk? Was I spitting? Yeah, I bet I was. But anyways, that about wraps it up for the video. Who's excited about Fight Forever? Whoo, shit. Like I said, you better be on your way game. Because I know we will. See you in a ring on June 29th. It's on Uncensored TV, and we out here. One love, God bless. See you in the next one. Peace.